That's how you turn yourself on. If you're here, you're wondering, how do I turn myself on to attract the things that I want out of life? I know you clicked this video because you were trying to figure out, how do I turn myself on to the goodness of life? Because right now you're turned on to the lower entities, the lower vibrations, the lower experiences, right? Do I know your life or what? Here's a tip. The thing about attracting the things that you really want out of life is that you have to get out of the mindset that everything is going wrong, okay? How do I get out of the mindset of everything is going wrong? You have to recondition your body, right? You're going to have to recondition your body and become an entire new person in order for you to move past this. Now, sometimes this involves dealing with drama. Sometimes this very well may be just signing up for something that's going to heal you. But the reason why you believe that you aren't turned on to the things that are bringing you joy, passion, love, and goodness in life is because you are in a mindset that those things are separate from you, that you don't have them already right now. Now, the key to the universe is that you have all of those things right now. You have to just show up and behave like it and snap out of the idea of nothing's working out for me. You have to ask yourself, if I were in love right now, what would I be doing? How would I feel? How would I behave? How would I speak? How would I act? Or just give up on the idea entirely. That is also a very powerful way to turn yourself on to the things that you want in life. Now, I know you're thinking like, this bitch, hook, line, and sinker, right? Hook, line, and sinker. That's another thing. Get out of the energy of desperation. Get out of the energy of gossip. Get out of the energy of wanting to, what's she talking about in this video? She got... Yeah, I'm here to teach you. I'm here to teach you a lesson, okay? On above and beyond anything that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it look sexy. And I stand on that. Because you know what's at the base of creation? The root word of sexy. Boom! Turning yourself on to the idea that you can have anything in the entire world. You know, I'm going to speak from my own personal experience that I realized at some point that I was being such a realist that it was in my detriment. I was looking around, I was like, these kids are stupid. These kids are dumb. The adults are dumb. Everybody's walking around with addictions, right? And then I started to realize, like, everybody's story doesn't look one way. Everybody's story is completely different, and the things that we have in our lives are set for us to solve, to figure out, and to inform God on what is that exactly is happening. This is what happens when you jump into a pool that is extremely warm. It feels really good. Your organs open up, whatever. This is what happens when you jump into a pool that's extremely cold. It feels shocking at first, but then it could feel extremely good, and it has health benefits or whatever, right? I had to realize, from my standpoint, it looks like bullshit, but like on the other side, there's a story behind this. There's key factors that are being built into this person as they go through this struggle, right? I realized that being in a space of criticism constantly made it seem like everything was wrong. And you know, that was kind of like how when I went to college, nothing was ever good. Nothing, you could never be good enough. When I was in college and we were going through art and we were talking about composition and design and critiquing, nothing was ever perfect. Nothing was ever beautiful. Nothing was ever just the way it is. I remember being in college, I went through the art program, and this one girl had a beautiful 3D design, and she really liked it. She's like, this is so cool. And then our instructor was like, okay, but I feel like you could take it up a notch, like you could push the limit. So she took it up a notch. The next time we had class, which was next week, he was like, what did you do? She was like, you told me to take it up a notch. And he was like, it was your discernment to decide whether or not you should have taken it up a notch and taken my advice or not. And now it doesn't look as good as it did before. You know what? You can't even be mad at him because motherfucker was right. Like, nigga was really right. It's in your discernment to set the tone, right? It's in your discernment to set the tone. You don't just listen to anybody that's saying anything. You need to resonate with the truth. So that's exactly how I decided to go about life. right? I was just like, all right. But I recently had like an insight. I was just like, bitch, like the world of possibility, like, oh my God, the whole world is opened up for you and you're still complaining? The whole world is full of possibility and you're still thinking about what's not right. The whole fucking world has opened up to possibility. Beforehand, maybe in like 1985, when you hear a new age spiritualist say that you have the world in your fingertips, it's like, shut the fuck up, right? But it's like, you have the whole world you have a world of information, a world of guides, informative guides, a world of funniness, a world of fashion, a world of learning, a world of building. We're literally in the world building process. And it's just like, whether or not you turn yourself on to that, or whether or not you turn yourself on to the, oh, there's destruction, there's pain, there's sadness, nothing ever goes right. You can turn yourself on to two different, it's kind of like red pill, blue pill. But let's say that the red pill is love, happiness, joy, and the blue pill is desperation, sadness, the lies. Let's say red is the truth and then blue is the lies. You have the ability to attune yourself, attune your frequency. This is why I'm saying turn on, because it's like one of my other videos I did a comparison on how it's like you are a battery source. When you turn yourself on to despair, you're gonna experience despair. When you turn yourself on to love, joy, happiness, passion, enthusiasm, and living like you may not be able to live anymore, living like this experience is actually short, the world becomes your oyster. You have to decide. Sometimes we can get into old patterns where we just look at what's in front of us and we're like, this is some motherfucker. But if you take a step back from the fact that you're broke out of your mind, if you take a step back to the fact that you're lonely out of your mind, if you take a step back from the fact that you believe that you'll never fulfill everything that you truly want to accomplish, if you take a step back and you look at yourself in the mirror, you gotta laugh, bruh. You gotta fucking laugh, because that's a damn lie. That's a damn lie. The things that you really want and desire that are planted in your mind, it's like a seed that's like, water me, please. But also, on the other hand, you do have like these trauma responses that are built into you in these lies. And the lies are like, water me. Both of them are saying water me. You decide which one you get to water. So if you decide to water the desperation, despair, lack, entitlement, and everything that you do is never enough, guess what? That's what's going to grow in your life. That is what's going to expand in your life. And your soul begins to shrink. Now, if you decide to water the truth says that you're anything that you want to be. You are wonderful, you're beautiful, you're a creation, you're the mirror of God. You are love, you are light. You are here to learn, you are here to experience, and you are here to dive into this human experience as much as possible and to experience pain so that you know that, damn, I know I've had so much joy in my life that it is even possible to hurt this much. If you water that, guess what? Your soul is going to expand, and you're not ever gonna feel like you're not enough. You're not ever gonna feel like you're broke as shit. You're not ever gonna feel like things aren't working out for you, because you realize that that's a lie. And everything that you're going through is a trial. And once you get on the other end of the trial, it will show you, this is how strong you are. You thought you were weak. You're so funny. You're so funny. You have to laugh at yourself. You were in that quiet ass room losing your mind. The whole world is at your fingertips. And then when you turn around, you make that shift, you turn around and you're like, all this time I had this possibility. I can see clearly now. And that's how you clear it, bitch. That's how you turn yourself on. That's how you turn yourself on to the love, the light, the passion, the joy, the enthusiasm. That's how you become in love with life. That's when you develop a lust for life. When you are equally as spiritual and godly as you are human, that's how you make it happen. That's how you turn yourself on. I'll see you in the next video, because there always is the next video. And remember to love, and remember to remember, and to never forget.